Hello there, lovely. Having a teary with the PulseChain ecosystem. So am I. Have a seat over there. Tell me where the imaginary coin hurt you. To recap, there has been a PulseX bug. Everybody feels backstabbed, front stabbed, dunked in a sewer of doo-doo. There was a bug. We weren't getting paid the LP fees. You were getting paid the incentive token, which is the most important part of all, because that represented most of the gains. But you weren't getting paid that little compensation part, which would eventually amount to something big. The good thing is it was discovered now early and actually acted upon rather than later. So what do? Well, just as a quick recap, withdraw your liquidity from your pools that are not earning any incentive token, okay? So if you were in the EHEX, PHEX, just withdraw it. Don't sell anything. You just withdraw it. That's it. You click on the exit liquidity, you just leave it, okay? When the new upgrade is here, you'll be able to just click back in and that's it. Back to normal. But everybody, we feel a bit salty because the EHEX, PHEX farm was taken away from us. And the fees were meant to compensate for the loss. But instead, all the people who believed that they should support the system got punished with a ratio destruction. Now, don't be scared. It's fine. Don't panic. We're going to make it back. We'll make back plenty and more. But it does hurt to know this, that, yeah, we were thrown out. But hey, you never know, man. We might get the farm reintroduced with like a booster yield for the first month. To make up for it, okay? Now, no expectations. I don't know. I don't make the rules here. But we're going through it, friends. We are going to go through it, okay? This issue is very, very, very tiny, okay? So I have made a video on it. I'm showing you how to remove it. And yes, the PulseX code was discovered. We weren't paying any fees, but it's okay. It's okay. Everything's fine. Don't worry about everybody who was over-promising, all right? We have to speak about something, okay? Something important. So what's important to know is this, okay? The PulseX bug is not a real issue. If you've been watching my YouTube videos, okay, you'll know this. I got a lot of people messaging me saying, thank you, my friend Somi, my baby doll Somi, thank you for putting it in my head, my sweet little head, to wait for 2025. Now you know why. Now you see why I always speak about 2025, deep 2025, not January, December. You may as well say 2026. Why do I say that? You see it now. Look at all the terrible, random, chaotic things that happen every single time. And yes, don't think that it doesn't happen to the Bitcoin and Ethereum community. It happens to everything. Everything that's a function of humans and cycles and the emotions, everything goes through this. Everything. Bad news always comes on the red candles. That's it. I could tell as well. I knew something was coming. I could feel it in my loins, friends. I could feel it because I was sitting here. I was watching these candles go down. This is Pulse, PLS, right? I was watching Pulse and PulseX. I was like, you know what? I just feel like I was getting comments in Twitter. There was a few people saying, I'm done. I'm exiting. I'm taking my loss. And I was like, man, well, we haven't even started. But once you start seeing that, that's people in the capitulation. They want to get out. Okay? And I start to see this, and I want you to know that these people, all right, they don't know how to invest. So what they're doing is they see, let's put a 12-hour candle here, right? Let's put a daily. Okay, so this is what it is, okay? They saw, input a weekly if you want to make it even more juicy. You want to actually really see. This is what they saw, okay? So this is actually the chart of truth, right? Most people's emotions are just a function of the weekly candle. That's it. In fact, everybody's emotions are a function of the weekly candle when you're a hodler. But not everybody acts on it, okay? So, you can be tempted by things in life. You can be tempted by alcohol. You can be tempted to speed. You can be tempted to sin or do anything else. You can be tempted to eat more than 3 salt and vinegar chips. But you don't have to act on it. You can be disciplined. The D word. You all love the D. These people are just seeing big fat red candle and then another candle. They're like, I'm done. Okay, so they weren't actually here for the long run anyway. If a weekly candle was enough to get them out, they were going to get out anyway. And I'm glad they're getting out now. And you should be too. But this is part of the game. This happens in Bitcoin, Ethereum, every single asset there is, stock market too. People just hit a point. They got to get out. All right. So what's the difference here? Why am I different? Well, the difference is I focus on the future. Those people are investing based off today, okay? And they're like, I thought everything's going to pump. Okay, yeah, you thought everything was going to pump. But, even if the target was 100x, there are going to be these vicious washout periods that last for maybe 3, 6, 9 months, just like everything else has performed. You know that, right? So you got to be willing to hold and say, yes, this is true. But really, when the car tires started to hit the road and we had to drive, that's it. People had to quit. And this is what happens. You're going to see this time and time again. So you might ask, hey, if you know all this stuff, you should be like worth a trillionaire. No. The people who make it, you just got to sit through this every day, okay? When you speak to people at the end of the journey, and you'll speak to yourself at the end of the journey, thinking to yourself, wow, how did I make it? You are going to forget these little moments. But I'm here every day. I can tell you these moments are going to keep coming, all right? Red weekly candle. Everyone's emotions, they're just a function of the weekly candle color, okay? So we've got so much to talk about, friends. Like, subscribe, bell button, or I want you to, before I continue as well, okay, I mentioned here, the only real issue is that it's not 2025 yet, right? So it's true. This issue doesn't actually really matter. It doesn't really matter because I know what people want. I know what the next 100,000, 1 million, 10, 100 million people coming into crypto, what they're going to be looking for, okay? I know what they're going to be looking for. Sick gains, community forming, all this other stuff that has nothing to do with audits, code. Is something working properly in the early days? No one cares about that, okay? So my targets are unchangeable. We're going to go through my targets still as well, all right? But I also want you to know that on Twitter and social media, you will hear people, because the PulseChain community is a lot of like veterans and a lot of like, high testosterone alpha male type behavior. What you're going to hear is people say like, don't cry, stop whinging, No, it's fine. You want to cry? Cry, okay? If you want to feel upset, you want to feel backstabbed, you want to feel like you're let down, let it out, man. Let it out, okay? You're not going to make it in this game by constantly suppressing your emotions. And take it from me, all right? I have seen some people who would pretend like everything's fine. You go back and you check their wallet 1 or 2 years later, and they don't know that you got their wallet, and you're like, oh, they ruined everything. In that moment of panic, they ruined everything, okay? In just a random moment, they sold the low, bought the top of something else, and they lose it very, very fast. They do, I promise you. Okay, I've seen it. People who you would never ever think, people who literally have checkered shirts, straight postures when they're walking, sitting, even sleeping, okay, like us, but also people who you would think they're prime and proper. People who highlight everything. People have neat handwriting. You think there's no way. They learn so much. They know so much. There's no way they will do it. Yes, they'll paper hand this. They'll paper hand and they'll panic. And then I can only put it down to one thing. The truth is, they don't let out their emotions and frustrations when these things happen. So it bottles up until the moment of truth, and then they buckle. Okay, this is why you'll often see me like a ping pong. I'll go, oh, we got scammed, and then you'll say, hey, you still holding? I'll go, yeah, baby, all the way. This confuses a lot of people, but yeah, I told you, if you want the gains, you got to be like this. Okay, yes, not everybody is built for markets, okay? I have this ability to ping pong off walls and go, oh man, it's a scam, it's over. No, it's going back, okay? That's what it is, the roller coaster, friends. Welcome to the roller coaster, okay? This is what it is, okay? That's why I keep telling you, yes, this roller coaster is like, woo, okay? We're thinking about 2025. Don't ever forget that, all right? 2025, December. And some people also, they try to soft fight us and go, hey, how come you mentioned 2026 now, 2027? Look, it's not up to me. I'm trying to protect you. I'm trying to help you. I'm trying to give you strength. I'm trying to empower you. What the market does at the tops has nothing to do with me or you. Okay, so now we're preparing all this. Okay, so these PulseChain and Hex issues about this liquidity stuff, it's going to dissolve. I promise you it's going to dissolve because no one cares. Right? I wish it cared. I wish the market actually cared about this stuff. You know why? Because then you can just go to the coins who've never had an issue, who got a nice product that no one uses, that's never had any sort of drama, and you just buy them and you make a lot of money. There's a long list of those, but guess what? No one cares about them. That's why this game is easy, but then it's hard. It's easy because you're just like, oh, buy the good stuff and hold forever, right? But also it's hard because what you think is good, others won't think is good. Do I need to remind you that they bought JPEGs in 2021? They bought dog coins, meme coins, layer 1 chains with no users, ghost chains. They had metaverse, NFT. Did you see the metaverse? I had better graphics on my Super Nintendo, okay, when I was a little kid. I literally enjoyed playing Zelda and Chrono Trigger, all these other sick games, way more than any of this metaverse trash, and people were throwing in life savings in them, all right? So the cycle is going to repeat, and people aren't going to care when the communities are forming behind big fat green Bitcoin candles that might come in the future, all right? That has nothing to do with devs and auditing and code and any of this, all right? So yes, it's okay. If you feel embarrassed and ashamed, that's fine. That's fine. It's okay to. I'm just telling you that when I feel embarrassed and ashamed, I don't click sell. I go do something else, all right? I go train. Go train. There's a lot of push-ups you can do. You can close grip push-ups in your bedroom. You can do something else. Train. Do something else. Meditate. Whatever it is. Don't look at it. Okay. It doesn't make time go by any faster. Really. Okay. But at least you can enjoy your time. That's the thing. Okay. So I got to reiterate to you. So you can panic sell if you want. All right. I'm not panic selling. You let the losers do that. And yes, they are losers. Can I tell you? I have since the day I got into crypto. Every single time I've heard of somebody selling, it's never been, damn, I'm in panic. It's never been that. But do you know what they say? I need the money. I need the money today. I need the money, man. I just need the money. Every single time. So that's why I'm very skeptical whenever I hear someone say, Sol, I need the money. Because I'm telling you, out of 100 times, maybe 4 need the money. The other 96% don't need the money. But their brains have rewired it to themselves to say, no, you actually need the money. You know why? Because they know what they're doing. After seeing all the facts, they're like, hey, long-term hodling, we have a long-term belief and all this stuff, delayed gratification, all these things. Once they hear that, their brain your brain can't tell you, you're actually crumbling right now and you're disintegrating in the earth. It can't tell you that. It's a defense mechanism. It's going to tell you, no, you needed to do this. You needed the money. You know, and while you've been listening to me, you've been watching Homer Simpson just get punched and punched. This is exactly what it feels like. It's a perfect gift for this. As soon as I just went through this experience, I was like, oh man, I got this gift saved waiting for everyone, all right? So we got so much to go through, friends. Like, even have here Mr. K in Hong Kong. If this happened with another DEX chain, all the hexagons would be throwing knives, just saying, yes, it's true. And I said 100%. But look at this. The same ones who told me PulseX is going to do 10,000x from day one sacrifice and so on. I'm just letting you know, friends, they are just words on the internet. The next adoption wave will come later. You know, I even have someone here asking me, what do you think EHEX will do next run? And I've said, hey, I still think EHEX and PHEX goes to $1. But it all depends on Bitcoin and Ethereum if they scam us or not, okay? And here we have also another baby doll, Jay, says, let it dump more, knock another zero. That's huge, right? So the market caps are way too high. So this Jay doesn't even understand the real market cap, right? PulseChain is still 13 times cheaper than Cardano with more users and volume. So either we've got to go up 13x or Cardano's got to come down 92.5%, okay? So yes, here, Mr. Davey James saying, check DMs. Sir, if I could show you my DMs, I wouldn't have enough time. I try to get back to my DMs. Thank you so much for all your lovely messages. I've just been bombarded. There's 500 plus messages. I answer 10. I'll come back 3 hours. There's another 10 new ones, okay? So I love you, Zor. Try to get back to you, okay? Moving on, okay? So I have another Homer Simpson gif because this is just the giving day for you, all right? It's literally our PulseChain and PulseX experience, okay? So Homer Simpson, right? He goes off the cliff for a skateboard, and then the ambulance crashes, and we're going back down for round 2. This is exactly it. So welcome everybody. Welcome. This is what it's like. Okay, so don't ignore this. Okay, yes, our sacrifice values are crushed. All right, don't ignore this. I made videos about this. I said, hey, there is an evil scenario. You can even look this up if you go to Twitter. Type in evil scenario. I said there is an evil scenario for PulseChain launch where everyone wins. Technically. And that is where Ricardo Corazon launches it. It gets crashed with no liquidity. He times it. He launches it. No liquidity. He paints the chart minus 90%. So, and he lets other people get in who didn't delay gratification just to paint the chart. Okay. So, hey, I'm not saying that's what happened. I'm just telling you, I tweeted about this many months ago before the launch. I did, okay? And this is what you see here. Pulse, yes. So, yeah. So, we had from the day one sack, yeah, PLS dropped. Here we go, 72%, 64%. And then PulseX as well. PulseX got destroyed, absolutely crushed. PulseX was minus 93% below the day one sack. Yeah, so this was, you can't make this up. I mean, I'm not saying it's true or not. I'm just telling you, I said this would happen. That's it. I just said there's a scenario where this happens, where the chart gets painted. And look, I mean, this is everybody. I know people messaging me getting very upset, not with me, but with Ricardo himself, because when they saw Ricardo go to Twitter and brag that PulseX is up 18x when all you were up was 40%, that made people really upset. But hey, welcome to the game. Welcome to the game. If I knew another community that was undervalued and I did all the research and I could see it, I know they're out there, but if I could actually see it and feel it, I'd be in it too, right? I'd be diversifying in them too. Something that actually could give us like a 50, 70, 100x ROI if things worked out, Bitcoin and Ethereum went to the targets, okay? I don't see them out there. I know they exist, but I just don't see them. 50 to 100x, okay? That's why you got to sit through this. I don't know how we can time it all perfectly. No one does, okay? And chances are people buying down here, they would have been selling anyway, okay? So this is just a reality we got to deal with. Now, coming back here. Also, HEX down minus 98%. The combined HEX price is 2.6 cents. So technically it's not that, but I mean, like honestly, friends, I don't want to hear this technical stuff. Like, people are hurting, man. People are hurting, okay? So you're down, wow, 95%, not 98. Jeez. Oh, you feel much better now. I know what it's like. I know what it's like. That's why don't suppress your emotions, okay? You need to let out your emotions as you process this information, because there are like 30,000 bad negative things thrown in your face. And the only thing keeping you going is that you got a friend like me who said, hey, the odds are we still win. The odds are, that's it. It's actually still going to plan. Nothing is happening out of the ordinary. So that's why when you listen to me and you watch, that's why I keep telling you, look at this scam. Look at this scam. I pointed out in the charts. I tell you, look at this. And by the way, so scam, if you're new here, tongue in cheek, scam. As in, look at this. These are monthly candles, friends. Capitulation scam, okay? We got scammed by backed up here. This is Bitcoin. This is the zombie virus scam, okay? We got the DeFi fake summer scam, the dump. We got China F2 pool dumping on us, scam, China banning. Then we have the bear market scam. All of it's a freaking scam. Everything's scam, scam, scam. But we're still going to make it. We're still going to make it, okay? They always appear, okay? They always appear. It's priced in, all right? You got to price it into yourself. That's why when I say to you, I'm holding to 2025, it's what I'm doing is I'm saying, hey, I'm pricing in all the bad stuff that happens along the way. That's actually what I'm doing. I'm actually being an efficient market friend, okay? Because if I told you, oh, after the first month, PulseChain should be up 30x, woo! You know, some people believe that. And I thought, well, you know, good luck. It's okay. Keep having that faith. But they're the people, on average, when their expectations get let down, they sell, okay? That's the problem. So a lot of people will tell you, hey, when the investment isn't doing what you thought it was going to do, you should get out. Well, here's the thing. If you look at all the charts and all the evidence, you got to hold multiple years. So that's why I say, all right, December 2025, and we'll deal with it then. But if all these people who say, hey, I think PulseChain's going to do 10x on day one launch, or many people did that, right? There were people who believed, oh, it's going to be up 50x by the end of 2023. A lot of these people saying this, and they thought HEX was going to be much, much higher. They really priced it into themselves, right? And this, of course, there's a possibility, but they really hyped it up for themselves, and they really believe that, and they went so far as to like send me abuse, but it doesn't really matter. You just like you're just a peanut brain like me, right? So all these abuse out my way. When people are saying that, I'm like, oh man, I'm not hurting for me because I'm strong. I can take it. I'm hurting for you. You're hurting yourself. When you throw these expectations for yourself, what happens is you see big, fat, disgusting red candles, and then you see my prophecies like, hey, you know, Richard's probably going to let it dump, wink, wink, so he can get out all the bad, weak eggs, and unfortunately, you're going to be way down in your day one sacrifice. You're going to feel like you got robbed. You're going to feel like a thief took all your money. You just lost 2 years of time. Someone gets to come in here and buy better than our sacrifice price. Yes, that's how you're going to feel. You're going to feel like that, okay? But because we have a 2025 view, because we have a long-term view, we are going to be okay because this is priced in. Okay, priced in these hits. You know, you step in the ring, you're going to take a few hits in the kidneys. Okay, but these people have these expectations so high. Now that the red candles are here, okay, what do you think people are doing? What do you think people are doing? People are now wrestling with themselves and they are saying, damn, this isn't doing what I thought it would do. I thought it would take over. I thought it would be higher volume. I thought we would go to X, Y, and Z targets, right? That's what they're saying. And so they have more probabilities of dumping because they're like, well, it's not going my way. I'm out, okay? So this is not the right way to approach it. The right way to approach it is my way, okay? And my way is we are mental asylum seekers. Plenty of brain space in this skull, no brain. Peanut brain, holding to 2025. Yes, we sound naive and stupid. Yes, there's bad stuff. Yes, it looks like a scam. Yes, there's red candles. It's all going to work out. All right, that's it. That's literally the way to make it. If you go back, you check every single chart, every single amazing stock market investor, it's the same principle every time. They say the same thing. They really do. Right? You don't believe me? Go do your research. You'll find out. Okay, so it's very harsh. Okay, we'll repeat. People who didn't delay gratification can now buy better than us. That's true. Okay, just swallow it. It happens. Swallow it. Okay, still part of the plan. I wrote this in. This is why I make these predictions. Then as soon as I see them, I don't like dwell on them. I'm like, hey, I better put this out here because if this comes right, we can go back to what I said months ago, right? And we can look back and go, oh, it was priced in by my friend Sammy who actually saw this coming, okay? So a lot of people do appreciate it and you're very welcome. You're very welcome because you deserve better, all right? And you're getting it. So this is the best part. My long-term targets stay bullish, okay? Yeah. Pulse, 2 cents. PulseX, 75 cents. So this is 200x, could be 250x from day one sack. PulseX is 75x from day one sack. Hex, $1. Yeah, I hope it's $1 each. I hope it's $2 each. But hey, if it's only 50 cents each, but the other coins have hit the targets, what are you going to do? You're going to hold? Or you're going to be like, oh, well, maybe something's got to be rotated out. Maybe you've got to protect yourself, right? Because don't give me this junk, okay? Hex drop minus 98%, all right? Pulse and PulseX, they're going to get absolutely butchered in the next bear market, okay? They are going to get butchered beyond obliteration. And you're going to be seeing cascading liquidations on all those money markets funds, right? Because people are going to borrow, they're going to make leverage, and guess what? They're going to make money on the way up. So yes, on the way up, they're going to make money. I'm telling you, that's why all that bad stuff happens. So here's a 10x from day one sec. I'll put a log chart so you can see it. So yes, this is PulseX. Okay, so in these zones, people are going to make money from the leveraging on the money markets on the way up on those protocols, but it's going to be the bane of their existence, and when they get crushed, they're going to get absolutely murdered. So I want you to see, even if we hit 70x or even 100x, okay, for PulseX, even if we drop down 92%, look at this. Let's drop minus 95%. Look at this. You're still higher. So look at this yellow line. We're still higher than now. So it would be, you're still up 5x from day one sack, okay? So, and don't forget, okay, I'm trying to imagine, okay, it's 2026 now, the bear market, everything's down. Ricardo's not going to measure from day one sack. He's going to go to the very bottom, this scam dump on PulseX. And what he's going to do is going to go to the very bottom of the next bear market and he's going to go, oh, PulseX is still up 67x, because that's what this is, okay? He's going to be like, see, the bottom to the bottom is still 67x, but are you going to be happy at that? Or are you going to be thinking, oh my God, I held this thing minus 95% and now I'm stuck for another 3 to 4 years. Okay, that's what you're going to be thinking. So that's why I'm here to protect you. I have to be, obviously I'm a leader. I have to lead by example. I'm telling you, don't think, everything's fine. Don't cry. Don't think like that. Okay, and also don't think you're guaranteed anything. We're not guaranteed anything. We're lucky these things even work. Okay, so even despite all these, you get to see, friends, you get to see long-term targets still unchanged. The PulseX bug, irrelevant. Yes, irrelevant. I saw Mr. Eric, but you know what's funny? He got E-Hex, right? What about E-Rick? Eric, hello, sir. Mr. Eric Wall, it doesn't matter. Eric has a brain. Eric thinks that the next 10 million people coming into crypto actually care about this code. Oh, did you know the LP fees? Do you know what half my comments are? They go, hey, what's an LP? And I'm not going to do it because it's too complicated. That's what they say. No one even knows. No one cares. Okay, no one even cares. Even if it was a serious issue, I promise you, by the time 2024 ticks over and people are seeing Bitcoin coins going up and we're seeing green monthly candles in Bitcoin. So maybe, you know, by the end of this year, woo, something happens. No one's going to care. When we're here, no one's going to care. All right. Up here, I have a coffin because, yeah, the coffin videos come out. It's time to get out. No one's going to care in this yellow square of friendship up here. Nobody's going to care about these codes and all this. Everybody's just going to be seeing Metcalfe's law play out. They're going to be seeing the nodes, which is people coming and joining and connecting, making Discords, making Telegrams, making memes, making videos on TikTok, on Instagram. They're going to be seeing that. And everybody yelling, getting tattoos of PulseX and PulseChain on their forehead. Someone's going to name a daughter PulseChain. Okay? all these random weird things are going to be happening at those top. No one's going to care about this stuff, man. It's all part of the game. It's all part of the game, all right? So all of these, irrelevant. But we're still at the mercy of Bitcoin and Ethereum. That's the truth, friends, okay? So we only get these if Bitcoin and Ethereum play nice. If they don't play nice, I'm sorry, we all lose. That's it. Yeah, we all lose, okay? Not just us in this community, out of like, other 500 communities out there that are worth something. Yeah, probably 498 will lose. There'll be 2 unicorns that we don't even know. We can't even pick. We're not even thinking about. Somewhere out there, they'll find the way to survive and actually rally through that death and destruction. But most of us absolutely crushed, okay? So if they scam us with diminishing returns too hard, then everybody will lose. That's right. Diminishing returns. This is a serious threat, all right? Bitcoin is now in its 4th cycle, but everybody's now used to Bitcoin's low returns, okay? Ethereum has a 10K round number target, just like how Bitcoin has a 100K round number, which is very dangerous, and Ethereum is now coming to its 3rd cycle. This is just something to think about. I hope they don't scam us, friends. I really do. We're praying, all right? So you might say, hey, what are the scenarios? What can we do if they do scam it? Well, just assume they do. How do you assume they do? Well, you just get harder. You get harder. No pun intended. You get more hard. That's it. You get harder long. You strengthen yourself. You train. All right. Just like if you knew you're going to go for a competition and there's going to be a lot of fighting and wrestling and whatever, you're training today. Okay. You're strengthening your muscles today. You're going on a diet today. That's the difference. Okay. The difference between people who make it and who don't is if you're soft and squishy by the time that next bear market comes, you're no one to blame. Really no one. Okay. Because I've been telling you this. People who are soft and squishy, yes, they're yummy to eat. Yes, you're a yummy jelly bean. But unfortunately, you're not going to be able to sit through the fire. All right. And I think everybody can now see these 10,000x predictions are now seen as circus. Okay. They are really now seen as circus because, I mean, everybody kind of know now, right? Like the 10,000x, like what? You're going to have to send it down. Everyone knows. Like you can feel it. You can feel it that the 10,000x predictions, you got to send this down to near 0 to get to 10,000x. You know what I mean? Like it's not 10,000x from day one sacrifice. We know it. We all know it. And even if you calculate the valuation, it's big. It's huge. Okay. And not market cap. No. I'm talking about the bids and the offers required. All right. There are so many people in that top 100 with gargantuan size. Okay, and they are dumping already. I'm watching them dump. Don't be scared. They're weak hands. They don't deserve it anyway. But they're dumping. They're dumping for a 2x. They're dumping for 50%. Yeah, there's a guy who put in, I think, about 8 to 10 million. And he's like the CEO of some other protocol. He got doxxed. He's dumped like 2 million of it. Okay, but he got a multiplier bonus, right? So he's got like 8.5 million of Pulse left. There was one of the biggest PulseChain sacrifices was Rackham Rochelle. He's got like 150 billion Pulse plus left. He's only dumped like 2 billion. So this guy sacrificed probably like 15 million plus. Like these people, man, I'm telling you, friends, there's going to be a washout. Not at the lows, but it's going to go sideways for quite some time. So I'm priced to get in. I'm telling you now, you got to be prepared. If you're not ready for this, you're not going to make it. Whatever. All right. This is the game. This is the game. You want your opportunity? This is it. It's not a guarantee. There's just a chance. Okay. We have a chance because the other chances, I mean, think about this, friends. At least with this, to me, the way I see it, is it can happen. I can see the path of it happen, all right? Can you honestly see the path of everybody in crypto selling all their altcoins and buying Bitcoin up to 500 to 700K? I can't see that. I want that to happen, but I can't see that. Okay? So at least we have a chance. At least if we are taking on this risk, we will be compensated, okay? And hey, as long as the targets aren't changed. So does this impact any of the long-term fundamentals for me? Absolutely no. Okay? Absolutely not. Like, subscribe, bell button, all friends. I'll catch you in the next one.